Sophie Sam. I hope everybody is doing fantastico tonight. How's it going? Nighttime gravity.
This is AfterSchoolSophie. She's done some controversial things, and this is my interview with said VTuber. I don't know the full extent to everything she's done, and I try to stay at a objective and non-personable point of view and try to just give her an honest platform to express herself.
Today, guys, I am doing a YouTube interview with Jacob is awake, and Jacob is awake. Can you hear me?
You want to just
You guys are saying that guy has caution written all over his profile. Wait, are you talking about Jacob now? Okay, how are you doing, Jacob?
I'm doing great. Are you ready to just get into the questions?
Sure, whatever you want to.
The other day on your stream, you were talking about books and how books really inspired you to start streaming. Specifically, a book, Designing Your Life, actually made you start streaming. What does that book really mean to you, and why are books such a big inspiration?
Oh my god, good question. So, yeah, Designing My Life, that was really good, and I was going through a time in my life where I just needed to make a decision on like a job and stuff like that, and streaming, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and yeah, that's a book absolutely changed my life, and it has you prototype different types of lives, like you basically go through like a word association sort of thing. Let me turn down this music. I don't think you guys one of the lives that I had designed was a streamer. One of the questions in the book is what would you do if no one would laugh? If no one was gonna make fun of you, what would you do? And something that a lot of people have told me that I never tried out is streaming. They're always like, yeah, I think you'd be a great streamer and stuff like that. And I was always too afraid. I always had these expectations that were just like, you know, like I was just like, I wanted to get everything perfect or something like that. And and honestly, like one day I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And here we are, like nearly 2-3 years later. I have no idea, but
all right. So for my second question, so I found you by joining a Street Fighter tournament. Now I didn't even play in that Street Fighter tournament. I was just wondering, do you still enjoy hosting tournaments, and do you actually like playing in tournaments?
Great question, Jacob. So I love playing in tournaments. I love hosting tournaments, but I was hosting it every Saturday. I was giving my Saturday every single time. There was like lots of days where I was hosting different types of tournaments, like rookie tournaments, intermediate tournaments. They were all in a different. Like I had the second biggest tournament series online for fighting games until my cancellation. You know, my first one, and so I don't know. This is like a second one or whatever, but
I understand that competition is entertaining. So AfterSchoolSophie, where'd you get that name from?
So it is like there's this anime called K-On! And it actually inspired me to play guitar as well. But there is a band in the show. Sick. It's called After School Tea Time, and you know, I guess I wanted to be part of the band. Who had my Zoom, so I called myself AfterSchoolSophie. You know.
All right, I see. So, you talked about on your video about how you got into Tekken, that you wanted to start playing to get better than your brother, and that's very relatable, I think, to a lot of people. That's specifically a reason I started playing fighting games, and how Tekken's your game of choice. Is there any other fighting games that you think are like very niche that you really like, or any fighting games besides Tekken that you really rock with?
I love all fighting games, so I'm not just a Tekken player, but I just like fighting games. The one-on-one aspect is beautiful to me. You can't blame any of your teammates and stuff like that.
Yep.
And it really, I think, emphasizes self-responsibility, and also like, I mean, I have a pretty good reaction time, and I can like kind of process things fast, in my opinion, at least. I mean, maybe not the best for everything, but yeah, I mean, I thought there's something about me that once I got into it, I really loved it. It's not just Tekken. Obviously, I played Street Fighter. I played 2XKO as well, whatever that came out, and I'm sure I'll play, you know, lots of other ones. Melee as well. So I played those online. I have no problems playing the retro games and stuff like that.
Okay, now that you brought up Melee, who is your Melee main?
So I play both Peach and Fox. I guess honestly, I just play a lot of them.
About your controversies. And after I did a little bit of research, I found out a few things that have happened in the past where you've said a few words on stream and how people have reacted to it. I was just wondering, in those moments, what was going through your head, and have you grown from those past actions?
Yeah, definitely. And a stupid song came on, so I'm gonna skip this song. Me saying bad words. What happened?
It's a big question. You can take your time.
No, yeah. So what happened is I was streaming one day, and yeah. So now I am like, this is like, what's weird is whenever you say stuff, it's like it's on there forever. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure I get all the order correct and stuff like that. Yeah, I've never like name dropped anybody. Maybe I should, like, cause I kind of don't give a fuck now. But so yeah, what happened was like a song came on, and I was like, I can say it as long as I don't say the hard R, and that's really what I thought. And people were kind of like, yeah, they were kind of like, there is some people that were egging me on. That doesn't take me out of like responsibility or anything, obviously, you know. But
no, of course.
But yeah, I didn't realize the crazy impact that it was gonna have, because I gotta not read chat, because like chat is always gonna make me feel like I'm like a terrible person doing wrong shit, and it's like I don't believe that I am. But all right, so what ended up happening is that I just thought that what's it called, the hard R was the line, and I didn't realize how impactful it was essentially. And people were telling me to stop, and as always, I mean, you know, my chat's telling me to stop, and I do what I believe is I do what I believe is right, you know. So if chat comes in and says, you know, don't do this or don't do that, like, I'm just the sort of person that I'm like, why not, you know? Like, actually, like, you gotta tell me why. They tried to tell me, and I thought that I was okay. A lot of people don't believe that I didn't know the full impact, but I mean, that's just the truth. Like, even on the stream itself, you can hear me say multiple times that, you know, I thought the hard R was the line. And then everything else after that, like me talking about censorship, essentially. Like, a lot of people are like, I mean, there's so many questions. Like, we could go on about it. I've gone like 6-8 hours on Joe Budden stream explaining everything. But basically it's like, Rabbi Zoom, there's actually a lot. But yeah, to boil things down, I thought that we could talk about slurs as long as it's like talking about like all of the other slurs that were mentioned are basically me talking about word censorship. Like, I'm talking about like asking questions, essentially. And they're real questions, you know? I didn't realize, like, it's not socially acceptable to talk about that. And it kind of sucks that I learned that on stream. But yeah.
I think everyone has growing experiences, and they make mistakes in certain ways they express themselves, and some people truly just don't understand the actions or the meaning behind words and things they say. But I always think people could grow from those past experiences, so I could fully see from where you were coming from in the moment. People make dumb actions when they're hyped up.
I am not supporting said actions or use of those words. I am fully against that. I just wanted to let her speak, and I wanted to address those actions. Also, she just kept going.
Well, yeah. I appreciate that. My chat was like telling me, oh, watch out for Jacob or something, and I'm like, you know, so far Jacob's been great, guys. So, but yeah. I
try to cut this out as much as I can, but she just has multiple times where she'll just go quiet for like 10 to 20 seconds, I think, thinking, but also then she'll just come back, start talking about whatever the chat is saying, and but I tried to keep on a straight place.
I'm not really here to get into drama. Now, do you think you've grown from those said actions, though?
That I've grown? Oh my god. So I have grown so much. Like, seriously, like, in my real life, like, I just, like, everything. Like, I actually find going through that experience now to be somewhat of a strength. Like, stuff doesn't bother me as much. I'm more comfortable in my actions and stuff. And I can honestly say that before, I cared more about external validation than I do now. Like, obviously, I believe that external validation is, like, needed and stuff like that. Like I could go forever on it. Like,
it's always nice to boost ego.
Yeah, well, it's not so much that. It's like, you gotta get along with people. And anytime money is involved, then I believe that you need to be externally validated to receive money. Like, other than crime. So if you steal something, 100%. Sure, you can. But, like, if you work for your dollar, you gotta give value. You gotta give value to your employer.
Look, I'm gonna cut that part short. She just kept on going.
Rabbi Zone.
do you think that was the catalyst of you getting into way more drama streams and drama content in general?
That is a great question, and a lot of people usually say that that's what happened. That is absolutely false. The reason is because after I got after that I got canceled the first time, I stayed in my lane and I just streamed and to my core community for 1 to 2 years, like 1.5 years. I didn't offend anybody. I never said the word again. I never said any slurs in general again.
Yep.
And it really traumatized me, to be honest. I didn't do anything else. I said that I was sorry. Some people accepted it, some didn't. And obviously, like, sure, like, you don't have to accept my apology, and I had to take that L, you know? I also had to take that dub, to be honest, because some people...
I just think it's really funny that she uses the word I have to take that dub and that L in a situation where I'm interviewing her about something pretty serious. Let's just get right back in.
Stuck with me through thick and thin. And, like, those people, are, like, honestly, even right now, like, this could be considered even a worse controversy. You know, it probably is. But the people that, like, really, like, some people have told me, like, I know you're a good person, but I can't stick around. I literally was told this maybe an hour ago. Maybe right before the stream. So I don't blame people for leaving, because I might be bad to associate with. Might ruin your brand or image or whatever.
I see.
But there's actually people that there's actually still people that are here that are like, I don't think that Sophie's a bad person.
Yeah.
And those are the people that I really cherish, you know? So honestly, if you're still here with me throughout this stuff, I'm just gonna keep on streaming. And love you guys. You guys are great. Like, seriously. Yeah, I just gotta say that. Okay, go ahead, Jacob.
So I pretty much said, but I said it a bunch, that, like, I don't think people in her chat actually fully know her as a human being, nor do I, and that, judging someone off goodness and badness off some things they've done in the past is objectively not the best way to do it. And, but let's get right into the next clip, because she just starts rambling about this other thing. Not in a bad way, but it's just, like, really a big diversion I was not trying to get into.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do the best that I can, honestly. I have some controversy here. And it's like, I mean, I truly think that, you know, I believe that, like, what you can do, at least in this Arturo situation, like, I think you can do the very minimum to help people out, you know? I'm telling them to work out, go to the gym, eat right.
I can understand where that comes from.
And yeah, I mean, I don't take that back. Like, a lot of people...
I think the gym's a great thing.
Yeah, like, I don't think he's, like... I don't think he's, like, the best person, obviously. I think he's done some terrible things. And I don't condone all of his behavior. You know, obviously I don't. Like, I want to be honest, he's kind of a shitbag, you know? So don't get me wrong, but for, like, giving someone kind of a fair trial, giving someone, like, hey, this guy, like,
100%.
Everybody's, like, dogpiling and stuff like that. Like, I give, like, Wabazome. I'm gonna actually, Wabazome. There's a lot. I guess I'll go through that later. But, one of the things is, like, people are saying you should not commend him for going to work out, like, because I said on Twitter, like, I was like, hey, like, you know, even though I don't condone what you're saying, like, you're kind of a shitbag in 1,000 ways. I said, I still appreciate that you're going to the gym. And so many people disagree with that.
Always
and I'm
better.
like,
even a little
and I'm like, guys, I give credit where it's due. And if he does some shitbag stuff like what he did on the other stream, I say, like, fuck you, you know? Like, I don't take him... But, yeah, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm not really gonna get into my opinions on that person. I don't know him as a human being. I only know him from what I've seen, and I think my opinion on the matter wouldn't be fully detailed, so I'm gonna try to keep my thoughts on that situation on the low for right now, and not really speak on that, because I don't know personally all the information, and I don't want to throw myself into a pool I can't swim out of.
That's smart, Jacob. That's smart. Don't be like me. Save yourself. Have a zone.
Yeah, I've been lurking in your community for a bit, and I've been listening to what the people have been saying, the general chats and the voice chats. A lot of people think you're not a great debater. And I'm not trying to get into the subject matter of said debates, but it seems to me and a few people that they don't like it very much, and that a few people were telling me they used to be a way chiller, like a better streamer, but now you've really gone down in the deep end. And how you were saying why do you think you keep on throwing yourself into, like, these situations and in these debates every few days and stuff like that?
I mean, I think that I defend some pretty bad points, or unpopular points, I should say. So I think I'm a good debater, to be honest. I'll let you guys decide. Everybody thinks that I'm bad. But I think that the reasoning that I have is usually pretty solid. Now, I might miss people's points, or maybe they don't see where I'm going, so they take that as derailment. But I am very open to talking with people, and I believe in my reasoning. So, yeah, to answer your question...
As long as you're...
Yeah, go
as
ahead.
as long as I think people are open-minded and ready to learn and be teachable, I think debates are always, but I think a lot of debates always end up with two different parties just thinking one is right, and never really always just butting heads, never really trying to find a solution. Where do you think you find yourself in that end? Do you think you're doing these debates and it's always just butting heads, or do you think you're trying to find a solution?
I mean, I have convinced people of certain points, so I know that I can convince people. If I didn't think that I could convince people, I actually highly believe in my ability. One-on-one, I've been able to convince people. I wouldn't try to convince Art to go to the gym and stuff like that if I didn't have a belief in myself. So I leave that up to you guys. I think that my reasoning is usually pretty strong, but I think that people they kind of are swayed by the fallacy of authority a lot of the time, credibility, and popular opinion. So I think that I have been on the opposite side of popular opinion. I defend Season 2, Season 3, and even though that I am against popular opinion, and even in this case, I am defending extremely unpopular points, so people just naturally think I'm bad, and that's totally fine. Personally, don't think that I'm autistic, but, maybe I am. I've said some stupid shit. I think usually whenever I say stupid shit, I'm gonna be honest, I think it's just me thinking stupid shit. Has nothing to do with autism, it's just... I believe in unpopular opinions, I'm just, ultimately I would just either be dumb or stubborn. It's not because of any sort of, mental illness. I might be autistic, but I am not diagnosed. You know what I'm saying?
Do you really have people that you can care about and, depend upon? Because I think in life, whenever I'm going through something, I always like to think about the people that I have. Besides streaming, do you have, a group of people that are really there for you? That can help you through it?
Oh yeah, I do have close friends and family, but the weird thing is, being a VTuber, sometimes you gotta I keep, some of my really close friends, they have no idea I'm a VTuber. Actually, let me tell you a funny story. I have a lot of funny stories.
Okay.
One of my close friends is a somewhat influencer, I'll say, without giving up too much information, and she actually was going through a cancellation around a year ago. And I was trying to console her pretty much, and she was like, Sophie, what would you know about cancellation? If you've never been through cancellation, then I don't think you have the right to talk about it. It was weird, because I honestly, to answer your question, yes, there's lots of times, I do have people I can trust and depend on. So my mom's kind of crazy, so I don't like Charles. I don't that depend on her for
isn't?
Yeah, exactly, Jacob. But my brothers and sisters, at least some of them, I get along with two of my brothers, and probably one of my sisters. Yeah. So there are people. And a lot of the times I feel absolutely alone.
No, I was just going to say, because a lot of the times I've talked to other streamers and YouTubers, a lot of them are very introverted and don't really have groups of people to really break them out of that. And I find a lot of them get really depressed over time because they're just alone. And I like to always ask if they have that, because I think that's truly important. Because at the end of the day, you could always shut the screen off and always do something else, But I think there's important to have a real world connection with people.
You're asking some great questions. Damn. I wanted to go on another tangent, but I think I'll save that for another stream.
Thank God she did not go on that tangent. I don't know what she was going to say. Thank God.
Okay.
I have one more question. Do you have any passions, fighting games, and streaming?
Absolutely. I play different instruments. I play the piano. I play the guitar, acoustic, electric. Yeah, I have lots of passions outside of streaming and gaming. I like talking with people. I like rock climbing, oddly enough, but I'm kind of a risk taker. I was telling Alina the last stream that I did skydiving, reading. I've been reading Indistractable recently. It's a book about how to schedule your time and not be distracted. So, yeah, streaming is actually kind of a smaller portion of my, not a smaller portion, like it's like the main portion, but like before I streamed, I did a lot of other stuff basically. So yeah, I have a lot of passions. I'm a very passionate person.
That's good. That's important. That's about it. I would just like to tell you to maybe try to keep your head out of the mud a little bit and just keep your thoughts clean. Maybe think a little bit more before you talk sometimes. And I think that's about it. I don't think you're as bad as the people in your chat think you are. I just think you're a human being who says some things maybe that are a little bit dumb.
Jacob, hope you got enough for your YouTube video. I hope you blow up. If you guys want to check out Jacob, you want to shout out your YouTube and all your socials and stuff, or if you want to do any shout outs.
Jacob is Awake is where I post my gaming content and wrestling videos. Jake Astro Boy is where I post all my wrestling content on TikTok and every other platform. 4-Star in Wrestling is also a wrestling channel of my friends. And Awake Inc. or Awake 4 Inc. is my comic stuff. If you guys want to go follow that.
You had some really good questions. Look forward to talking to you again sometime. Okay, Jacob? Bye-bye, Zoom. All right, that was great. Bye-bye, Zoom.
I hope you like it.